Dear friends, as you know that we are discussing different topics through this channel, let us discuss one more topic of the botany called stele. Before its full explanation, let me tell you what are vascular bundles in the plant body. As you already know that vascular tissue mainly contains xylem and phloem. You know this all. Xylem helps in transport of sap, water plus mineral. Phloem helps in transport of food in the plant body. It is a type of complex permanent tissue in the plant body. Now let us define stele in detail. Stele is made up of number of coverings of the cells. Let me show you here. This is outermost covering called as pericycle. Now there is one more covering called phloem, then xylem, it may be reverse, and at the middle there is a pith or medulla, it is a mass of parenchyma cells. Now this forms stele. It was first seen in pteridophytes by two prominent biologists, namely Tigom and Doliton. Now let us discuss different types of steles present in the plant body. Types of stele in a plant body. There are mainly three major types of steles present in the plant body. Number one is called protostele. Second one is known as sphenostele. Third and very important is called as solenostele. Now let us discuss our stele in a detailed way. First of all, let us talk about protostele. Protostele is that type of stele which lacks medulla or pith. Hence, it is also called a non-medullated stele. Now, in the stele, it has a core of xylem surrounded by ring of phloem. It has three subtypes. Let me write it here. Number one is called as haplostele. Second one, this is called actinostele. And third one, this is known as plectostele. Now, let us discuss these subtypes one by one. Now see towards first subtype of protostele, this is haplostele. Haplostele, as the name indicates, it has structure like that. It has outermost covering, this is pericycle and a ring of phloem. Then it has a hard circular xylem core. It is most primitive type of stele, mind this point, and is considered as simplest type of plant stele. It is present in Pteridophyta rhinia. Second one is actinostele. It has diagram like that. It has outermost covering same pericycle, then phloem and star-shaped xylem. It is a detective character. It is present in Lycopodium serratum. Last one is plectostele. It is like that. It has outermost covering. This is called pericycle and phloem ring, and it has a xylem in the form of palates. It is present in Lycopodium clavatum. Now, before proceeding to second type of sphenostele, let me explain some important terms for better explanation. What is leaf trace, leaf gap, and very important term meristele. Let me show you here TS of stem. This is called a stem stele. This is called a leaf stele. You know leaf stele later on forms midrib. But here is a connection which connects to red color. This is vascular connection. So this vascular connection between leaf stele and stem stele, this is called a leaf trace. Hope you got this point. Now let me show you here. This is a gap produced because of breaking of stem stele. This gap or space produced due to breaking of stem stele in the stem is called as, we called it as leaf gap. Right? Hope you got the concept. Now what is meristele? Let me show you this diagram. It has diagram like that. Suppose this is the diagram of stem. It has small patches. These patches are called meristeles. These are basically small microsteles. Each meristele has phloem and xylem in it. Right? And this meristele, it has resemblance with a leaf trace. Let me differentiate these two. Leaf trace, it is found only in leaf, and it later on forms what we call it as midrib. Whereas meristele is found in stem, root, internode, and it is formed due to bisect or breaking of large stem stele. Hope you got the concept. With these terms, we are able to explain beautifully second type of stele in the plant body. This is called sphenostele. Now in sphenostele, pith is present or medulla is present. Hence it is also called a medullated stele. As it has pith, it is considered as modified protostele. It has two subtypes in it. Number one is called as ectophoic sphenostele. Its diagram is like that. It has outermost covering pericycle, then it has a covering of phloem, and it has a covering of xylem. And it has well-defined pith or medulla in it. It is present in plant like osmunda. Second type of spinositele is called as amphispinositele. Let me write it here. Amphispinositele, as the name indicates, it has a diagram like this. It has outermost covering pericycle. Now this is very detective character. It has two phloem rings, this one and this one, in and out of xylem. Hence it is also called amphi, means both. Amphipoic spinositele, and it has well-defined pith. It is present in Marsilia and Equistum species. This is its microscopic diagram. Now last not least, third type of setile plant is solenosetile. It is also modulated setile, or we can say modulated modified setile, means pith is present, and it has a significant character. It contains leaf gap and leaf traces in it. Hope you got this point. Now let me tell you one more point. It has a non-overlapping leaf gaps. It has two subtypes. Number one is called ectophoic solenosetile. Let me show its diagram like this. It has again same coverings, but it has a one additional point. This is called as leaf trace. This ectophoic solenosetile is differentiated from ectophoic spinositele due to the presence of leaf gap and leaf trace. It is present in Nicotina. Amphipoic solenosetile. This amphipoic solenosetile has diagram like this. Again same covering as pericycle, but it has two phloem coverings, inner and outer side of the phloem. That is called amphi. And it has a one more detective character and differentiated character from amphipoic spinositele, that is leaf trace. Example in Adatum caudatum species. One more type of solenosetile is dictyosetile. It is also considered as modified solenosetile. Right, in the setile you will find detective character. It has overlapping leaf gaps, and it has situm setile breaks to form small parts called merysetile. Now these meryseteles are scattered. Let me show you this diagram like this. Again this is called a pericycle, this one is phloem, and this is xylem. It collectively forms patch called as merysetile. It is present in rhizome of Dryopteris and Ophioglossum. What is attractive setile? Never get confused between attractive and dictyosetile. Let me tell you difference. It is also modified setile. It has a meryseteles scattered fashion, but they are wedge shaped. This is very important point to remember and differentiated point. Let me show you its diagram. This is the outermost covering called pericycle, and these are vascular bundles, means xylem and phloem. The main point differentiator is it has wedge shaped vascular bundles. It is present in monocot stems. Hope you got the concept. Now let's explain last type of solenosetile, very important. This is called eusetile. This eusetile has vascular bundles or meryseteles in the form of ring. Right? It is very important type of setile present in the plant body. Let me show you this diagram. This is outermost covering called pericycle, and these are small patches in the form of merysetele. Each patch has phloem, xylem, and between phloem and xylem there is a cambium or vascular cambium, detective character, and it helps in wood formation or secondary growth. It is present in dicots. Now let me explain last part of story, evolution of plant setile. This is the diagram of evolution of plant setile. Let me start from protosetile. Protosetile has two types, actino and plectosetile. Right? These are all non-modulated setiles, means which lacks pith. Now rest of all setiles are modulated, which have pith and evolutionary trait. Let me show you case number one. This protosetile give rise spinositele, in which pith is formed, which give rise dictyosetile. Dictyosetile shows one more change, presence of merysetele plus gaps. Right? So this is case 1 of evolution, line 1 of evolution, in which protosetile gives spinositele, then give rise dictyosetile. Now let's talk about second leader here. Protosetile give rise spinositele, in which pith gets developed, then it give rise solenosetile, in which leaf gap, leaf trace develops, that give rise what we called it as eusetile, in which vascular cambium develops. So this is last line of evolution. Protosetile gives spinositele, which gives solenosetile, then it gives rise what we called as eusetile, and eusetile forms last one. This is called attractive setile. It was all about setile. Thanks. Have a nice day.